Where the hell were you guys when I got beaten and tased by these motherfuckers for just being on my cell phone?
That's where
when they were trying to talk to me. Where were you like 5 years ago when I got my ass?
Well, I wish we would have been there. That's what we're trying to do now, is tell people it's okay to film, because they do that shit all the time.
We're protecting your rights. You guys are fucking saints, man. You guys.
You guys made my night. I was just complaining about those guys. Good on you. Thank you very much, really.
Get thanked enough.
This stop was in downtown Spokane. We had bystanders asking us some questions. The first one you just heard, and that's what I want to comment about. This guy's mentality is what keeps our masters in power. He was annoyed by the guy in the car revving his engine. Clearly then, he should be detained, violating his right to travel freely, possibly even having money extorted from him if he chooses to answer their question. I hate to break it to everyone, but if you leave your home, other people might do something you don't like. If it doesn't harm others or their property, you might be better served to learn to deal with it, rather than force them to stop by inviting the well-armed, order-following enforcement wing of the state to handle it. You never know what they'll make into a victimless crime next. It might be something you enjoy. I mean, what if they made it illegal to wear hoodies under a leather jacket, letting the hood hang out? If you don't comply or follow their directives, as you'll soon hear from a bystander, things can get ugly very quickly.
What? We film the police all the time.
So you guys are just like keeping them in check?
Yes.
Well, yeah, trying to. I mean, they don't really, we can't really keep them in check. They're the ones that have guns and authority and all that.
Okay,
stuff. So try.
This isn't like the show cops. And
Oh,
guys
no,
like
no, no.
budget shit.
Well, I'm kind of big budget, but no. No, we just put it on YouTube. Like, he's live on YouTube right now. You know, we try to educate people too. Like, they're not supposed to be using these unmarked cars for patrolling. I mean, they come up with these little games they play with, like,
where the hell were you guys when I got beaten and tased by these motherfuckers for just being on my cell phone?
That's where
when they were
here
trying
now.
to talk to me. Where were you like 5 years ago when I got my ass?
Well, I wish we would have been there. That's what we're trying to do now, is tell people it's okay to film, because they do that shit all the time.
We're protecting your rights. You guys are fucking saints, man. You guys.
Well, we appreciate that,
keep
man.
This shit fucking rolling. Seriously.
We've only ran into a few assholes with
Yeah.
SUVs so far. Most of them been reasonable, at least with the cameras.
Well, I mean, if it's your legal rights.
It is.
Yeah.
I got beaten down and tased because I called them because I got assaulted, and I was on the phone with 911.
You learned your lesson on calling the cops, huh?
Well,
And they were probably telling you to get off the phone.
to
And
get
you
off
were
the
like,
phone and
well,
talk to me, I was like, no, I'm on the phone with 911, and they didn't like that. So they beat me and fucking tased me
yeah.
because they said that, you know, when they went to grab my phone, I pushed their hand away, and that's assault
Yeah,
of a police officer. And it's a felony assault at that.
Oh, yeah.
Second degree felony assault of a
dude,
police officer for any touching.
you know, in school, my daughter's 10 years old, so in school they teach her, like, they have a cop from every weekend, like, he's a hero. And they treat every weekend, like, we just had a guy at Washington State Patrol, he shined a spotlight in my eyes just for a camera. And, like, I asked him why he did it. Well, I got to keep my eye on yours. I put my hands up and you show me, so I'm not a threat, and you still keep it up. Why?
Right.
So, anyways.
Hey, you guys fucking keep this shit up.
We will, man. You have a good night. Sorry that happened to you, man. Hopefully it won't happen to anyone else, because us.
Yeah, hopefully we're here next time.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I feel like I could be retired right now if somebody were filming that shit.
Probably, man.
Up.
Probably.
Hey, we should build a database of the cops, because there's lots of good cops who do their shit right. They do their shit like by the book. They're good. They like follow the.
That's being worked on for the country.
Yes.
Not just here. It's
Okay.
working on it.
Because I guarantee you, it's the same like 5 to 10% of these guys who are like fucking up. Because there's cops who are doing the right thing.
Exactly.
And I appreciate that. But there's like 5 to 10% who are fucking it up for all the rest of the cops.
One's bringing the hate.
That's for sure.
And when you get your name, they get their name in the shit like numerous times, like time after time after time. Those are the ones who need to fucking answer up, not only to us, but to their own cops, because they're the ones making it fucked up for everybody else.
I hear you, man.
This is going on here in Spokane. This is going on all over the country.
Well,
You go to YouTube, just look up either First Amendment audits or Copwatchers.
right.
His channel is questionable authority. Mine's 420 RU2.
All right. Keep it up. Hold responsible. The good ones will
There's some of them
prevail.
are nice.
The good ones will prevail. They don't have to be nice. They just have to like.
Well, they just go about their
follow
business.
their own code.
Yeah, they just go about their
And that's
business.
all
They don't
good.
bug us.
We're all good with that.
Yeah.
When they take advantage of the situation and be assholes because they can, those are the ones that need to go down. And I bet you if you went into the system, they'd probably say the same thing. So I think they're on your side. I think they're on your side. I think you're on, all on the same team.
Yeah. Shit. All right, man. Have a good night. Well, they're really checking something out on this car, man. What?
I wish I would have brought a light pair of
Yeah, I might
gloves.
have some. They're really checking something out on this car that they're holding up.
Doesn't have any plates.
Oh, yeah. Why would you drive like that if you don't have plates, man?
Exactly. But see, most good
funny.
cops won't turn in bad cops
Right.
because of that thin line shit.
You're right about that, brother.
No plates on this here.
I can't see if it has dealer plates in there. Huh? What do you mean? Yeah. They're not supposed to. I mean, it's hard to say. They're in an unmarked car. You know. That's my thing. Is I get mad when they drive around in these cars.
So you're trying to expose them?
Yeah. They're not supposed to. So there's RCW in Washington, a code that they're not supposed to drive in unmarked cars unless it's for undercover work. Or it has to be like a special investigation. So what they'll do is they'll create like a DUI task force and say, oh, this is our special investigation unit. We're out investigating DUIs tonight, we've got to focus on DUIs. But they're using them for patrol cars. And they're not supposed to do that.
How'd you get this scenario? Because they don't have plates on it. That way they pulled them over. I'm sure.
No,
Yeah,
they
were hot rodding down here. They were revving their engine. I don't know if they were actually
watched
speeding. They
them.
were just.
Oh, and
Hot
you
rod.
and you just have that fucking camera with you?
Yeah, we drive
We
around. That's what we're doing
particularly
tonight.
came
We're
out
driving around
tonight to do
Copwatching.
this.
Good job.
So yeah, these guys, they're supposed to be,
You
if
should
they're
find
doing
their court
patrol.
date and help them out.
Well, so they have body cams. So what I'll do is I'll do a FOIA request from there for their body cam footage, and I'll do a story. My channel is called Questionable Authority. So I'll get their body cam footage and I'll do a story. And like, you know, a lot of times they'll sit in the car and they'll talk bad about us, like we're some kind of threat to it. But I have a camera. I'm a camera.
You're trying to, yeah.
So.
He's getting arrested.
Oh really? All right, better pay
That
attention.
other cop came out.
All right, I'm gonna try to get his name off his shit real quick.
I addressed the unmarked car issue again. This car is part of the DUI enforcement unit. It is similar to the WSP ADAP program. They use it to justify to the sheeple their unlawful use of these cars. This video highlights part of the problem. I've gone over the RCW 46.08.65 in the past. The thing is, it puts the responsibility on the driver of the car to make sure it is properly marked. As you'll see, when confronted, officers in these cars always refers to someone above them to handle it and act ignorant of the law. For the rest of us, ignorance of the law would be no excuse. If we break the law, we can't pass the buck to the next person in line. If these guys are such heroes, why can't they display proudly who they are on their cars? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it were truly about public safety, awareness that police are out patrolling would be enough. That means being visible as a police car out in the community causes people to pay more attention and be cautious. That's not enough for these rule enforcers. They must also be able to extort money from us with the highest efficiency that we allow them. Enjoy the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and share it with everyone you know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out all the questionable authority links in the description.
Goodness, I'm gonna be famous, huh?
Maybe. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, Brownlee, 478.
Thank you. Can I get your name and badge number?
1232.
1232?
What am I gonna be on?
What? 1553?
13.
Thank you. You guys shouldn't drive around an unmarked car. We don't know if you guys are cops or not. A lot of people, you know, impersonate cops. You're not supposed to be doing it anyways for patrol vehicles. It's only for undercover and special investigations.
What was it doing?
Well, it looks like, I mean, it seems like you're out doing a patrol tonight. What's your special I mean, if you're a special investigation unit, you're supposed to not look like a cop car, yet you look like a cop car. So, who are you tricking? But that's my point. You're not tricking anyone except you're breaking the law so you can extort money from people. And instead, you should put an emblem. If you're proud of your job, you'd put an emblem on the side of it instead of hide under these laws and hope the rest of us are ignorant. Well, we're here to educate people that it's against the law what you're doing. Your task force aren't legal for unmarked cars. So, yeah, well, you know what? But what's funny is if I drive a car that's illegal, like it's not licensed properly or anything, I don't get to say, well, it's not my car, it's this person's car like you guys do. It's you. I'm the one that you guys take and throw in a cage, not someone else. So it's really nice that you get the excuse of saying, oh, you got to talk to someone else about this awesome car that I get to drive in that's not marked and I get to pull people over and extort money. So that's not a good excuse, dude. You're responsible. You're driving the illegally unmarked cars. It's a patrol car. Your task force is BS. You're out here patrolling. You're pulling over everyone just because you're emphasizing DUIs. BS. Yeah, you have a good night, too. Don't take anyone to jail. Don't write any tickets for victimless crimes. You guys are the threat to our community. You have guns and weapons, not us. Hey, don't let them drive around in this car, sir. It's unmarked. They shouldn't be driving around in it. I know, you're a patrol. You're a patrol. You're marked correctly, but they're not. You should pull them over and get them a ticket. Blue line's great, guys.
By the way, they are a special thing.
I know they're
driving enforcement.
I know they're task forces. I know what they do. It doesn't make it legal. It's a trick so the rest of us that don't actually question things believe you.
Officer Brownlee was a nice guy. I actually talked to him off camera about a few things not relating to this stop. The problem with nice order followers like Brownlee is the fact they're order followers. Yes, he might be nice and let some people off on warnings for the victimless crimes he initiates contact for. But why does he not let all of those people off with warnings? In addition, he just stands idly by while his fellow order followers use an unmarked car to patrol the streets of Spokane looking for people committing traffic infractions like every other marked patrol unit, but doing it in a car that is a little more inconspicuous and blends in, generating more detainments and more questioning, which of course, we know the purpose of all the questioning during detainment is to gather details to incriminate us on anything they can find, which is why you don't answer cops' questions. Be very careful what you say to them as well. I'm very careful, and always say way too much. Support questionable authority by getting some gear from the merchandise store and sharing this content with everyone you know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button and share it with everyone you know. Find us on Twitter as well as censorship-free platforms like BitChute and Steemit or DTube. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to smile at someone you don't know every day.